Good morning and welcome to Port Elliot. We're racing the dawn, so let me set up and we'll talk you through this. Okay, so we're here at a little jetty at Port Elliot. And what I'm hoping to do is to focus in on this very dark jetty that we've got here. I'm just going to go down to our ISO 100. It's normally ISO F16, but that sun is rising very quickly. I've placed my torch out there so I can gain focus. I'm going to grab that now. And immediately, well, is it going to be 8 minutes or 4? I think I'm going to go for 4 minutes. ISO 100, F13, let's put that up. And now I can see the composition a bit better. I've got a watch blowing out those highlights, as you can see, saying 30 seconds, 40. I think we're going to take a couple of shots. I'm going to got to be careful. What I might have to do is throw on the reverse grad if I've brought it, because the horizon, as you can see, is extremely bright. So let's just very quickly, this is always the panic, isn't it? First thing in the morning is racing the sun. So, I think I have got my reverse grad here. I'm hoping so. Yep, I have. So I'm going to pop this reverse grad on. You should see the effect of this reverse grad as we bring it down. It's got a thick band. It just sits there, and then the graduated filter goes up from that band. So I'm just going to very gently place it there, and that should allow us to go a little longer. We'll say 2 minutes. I'm going to go the F16, my normal. I'm going to go 4 minutes. I'm going to switch you off, and then we're going to go. So very quickly, while that's running, let me show you what we have here. So we've set up our camera here, looking straight down this little jetty. And it's a beautiful little cross shape, as you can see. We just wish those barriers weren't there, but council and safety, hey. Sun rising almost directly ahead of us. We may be lucky and we may catch some light on these clouds. So the forecast was for no cloud. So I am grateful for these, and hopefully everything will work out perfectly. Let's wait and see. So I may need to pop this over here for this image, and to do that. Oops, a daisy. I'll need to just extend. Oops, a daisy. Bottom of this, just a touch. There we go. We will have to move, otherwise that light will kill us. We just have to make sure that we always adjust our reverse grad just to tame that a little touch. And I'm going to go probably 60 seconds, maybe too much for this because of that light. So I'm going to try and grab one at about 30 seconds. Just focused on that jetty just to make sure that we've nailed it, and then we'll play around and see what that light's doing. There is a heavy bank of cloud right on the horizon, so I'm not sure that light will get through and light up these clouds in any way, pinks and oranges, but we'll have to wait and see. But all the same, we've still got to try and control that band of light that's out there. Yeah, so I've had to set this tripod up. Good job I've got extra long legs on this tripod. It's the best tripod I've had for many years, and this one has actually stood me in good stead. I've had it for over 5 years now. Carbon fibre, and it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tripod. Okay, so that's done. Let's see how that light is. Slightly blown out, but that's okay. We can now come down to about 20 seconds again, and then we'll capture that delicate light that's on the horizon, and we shouldn't, we can blend that together, and we won't have blown anything out. Perfect. So what I was actually thinking is maybe make this mesh a feature just like this. And of course now with that sun rising very quickly, we're going to lose the ability at the moment to do some long exposures, because there's only so many ways in which we can tame that light on the horizon. So I may have to bracket this one rather than get it in camera, but that's okay. I may just zoom in, maybe not just a touch. Let me just pull this down, very slight bit like that, and then that's sort of, no, I think I want it like that. Okay, yeah, all right, well, we'll go with that. So yeah, so I will have to bracket this, I think, because of that bright sunshine. So, well, it's not even bright sunshine yet. So let's come down. What am I ISO doing up there? I must have knocked it. ISO 100. Let's see what we can get out of this before we blow anything. I think we can get 2.5 seconds focused on the fence, and we will have to focus stack this as well. So I'm just going to do a little test shot and now check to see how we're going with those highlights. And that's perfect. That's okay, we've got that, that's all right. So 2.5 seconds is great. I'm now going to make sure that we get everything in focus. in terms of the jetty. The water I'm not so bothered about for the time being. So all the way through the scene, I'm going to follow this rail, and now I'll go out along this jetty. The end of the jetty. So I know I've got everything in focus that I would ever want. Right, so 6 stop going on. And we go up to 2 minutes. 2 minutes it is. F16. Go. And that way we've got a choice of water, whether we want the smooth water or whether we want the texture in this water around the jetty. Fabulous. I'll zoom in and show you, is there are swimmers out there in this cold, cold water heading for that swimming platform. There's one brave soul climbing on it and 3 or 4 behind. So good on them. Brave, much braver than me. So I'm going to do a pano, I think, but I've got to move quickly. So I'm just going to set this up, and I'm going to have to change lenses and put the 100 to 200 on. Some nice clouds just above that, some nice colour, so I'm capturing that. We go as low as we can. It's ISO 100. And I don't mind going up a touch here to F18 for 1 second, because with a 6 stop, I can get 1 minute. That's exactly what I'm going to go for now. 6 stop on. We've locked focus up to 1 minute. The sun's rising steadily, so maybe a touch less. No, we can do 1 minute. Go for it. The light has just changed over here. So let's see what we can do here. I might have to put that reverse grad back on. Gotta be quick, because that sun's gonna come up and ruin this shot. So let's pop this on. You can see how that darkens that sky. It's probably too much, but I'll be able to bring that up in post. Focus about 1/3 of the way in to capture all of that jetty. That's at 20 seconds. 25 seconds, let's go for that. How gorgeous is that sky now? And there's a slight sea fret. There's a slight mist out there. Let's have a quick look. Very pretty. And just double checking, making sure that we haven't blown anything out. And we haven't. Really nice, really nice. This jetty is at an angle It slopes down slightly on the right, is under repair. So that's probably got something to do with that. That's gorgeous. It really is very pretty. I'm glad that we caught that. I am tempted to go for a longer exposure, but we can't. I'm just going to retake this though, focusing a little nearer just to make sure, just to make sure that we've got it all those boards, all those textures, and give it another go. Doesn't matter if the sky's slightly blown out in this, that could actually be, and here comes the sun, so this may ruin this shot. Just popping up over that bank of cloud, that will possibly ruin this shot, but we'll see. Back to these rocks because of the side light. This will probably be a 16:9. Just going to focus in on this prominent little rock. The sun's coming in, 25 seconds, probably a touch more than that. 30 seconds, I think. Let's go for that. Bit of a rush, and I'm not sure about this will work, because the sun, as you can see, is very bright here on the side of the camera array, the lens array. So what I may need to do is take this one again, but I will actually use something to cast a shadow over the front of the glass between the sun and this glass, but I'll have a look and see. I will do that anyway, because sometimes you don't notice or see that lens flare, and it can enhance a shot, but it can also ruin a shot. Now that looks quite nice. 16:9 this will be. It looks really nice. I can't see any lens flare, but I will take that once again with a bit of this, which will hold up just to cover the front of that lens, cover that array. But the light's pretty, playing across those rocks. Those highlights are lovely. I'll compare this image, if it works out, with the one I took earlier. So I took one earlier when the sun was below the horizon, and we can do a compare and contrast. But the warm and cool tones in this from my eye are just absolutely lovely. So it's the cool of the shadows versus the warmth of the sun on those rocks. I hope you enjoyed this little escapade down here at Port Elliot Jetty. So thank you for joining me here today, and please look after yourself, look after your loved ones, and until next time, see ya.